Let's go back to Syria now, and those claims of the use of chemical weapons. Riyad Kawaji is the director of the Institute for Near East and Gulf Military Analysis, and he joins me live from Beirut. Thanks for joining us, Riyad. The government is denying using chemical weapons. You've looked at the pictures. From those pictures, is it likely, you think, that chemical weapons have been used?
Yeah, I think looking at the bodies, it reminded me immediately of the bodies from the famous or infamous massacre in Halabja in northern Iraq 20 years ago. What we saw are bodies, dead bodies, of people who had no signs of bullet wounds, injuries that could have caused the death. They all look still on the ground and dead. Others looked having a very hard time breathing, going into cases of look very much like epileptic, having a hard time grasping for breath. This is clear signs of a chemical attack that has just happened early this morning.
Is it therefore possible to tell what type of weapons were used?
It's very hard. You need to be on the ground testing the bodies, but it is certainly a nerve agent. Only nerve agents cause such mass casualties. It's not just a simple mustard gas. It's definitely not a mustard gas. It is a case of something like a sarin or a taboon. Something at this scale could have caused this mass casualties and people looking in such agony.
When you talk about this scale, what do you mean?
The number of bodies, I mean, we're talking right now, numbers have exceeded 600, and we're approaching some reports saying above 1,000. This is a mass attack. This is a weapon of mass destruction attack.
And the mandate of the investigation team that is currently in Syria, does that mandate cover this area?
It covers all of Syria. They should be allowed to go in there and investigate any area where chemical weapons were reported. The regime is actually making a mockery of the international community and the UN by carrying out this attack during their presence. Unfortunately, this team has a mandate of just verifying whether a chemical attack took place, but they don't have the mandate of investigating who carried out this attack, which is very strange. I mean, these were conditions put on them by the Syrians, and because of the split in the Security Council and the pressure put by Russia and China, this team came with very limited mandate and unable to do anything. I mean, basically, the Syrian regime is giving a carte blanche, a green light to go about killing people with whatever mean he has at his hands, including chemical weapons, which is really shameful for the international community to be sitting still, doing nothing about.
Riyad Kawaji in Beirut. Many thanks for joining us, Riyad.